So let's just take a moment to drop in together. Might close our eyes. Notice our breath. Feel our connection with the ground. And check in with any thoughts, any stories that we're arriving with. Just taking a moment to slow down and be right here in our bodies, in this space. And as you're ready, we can transition to move. So you might stay sitting or maybe lie down. I'm going to stand. So feel free to stand if that calls to you. Really take some time to listen to what's needed in your body. Following this transition, taking some time to explore. So no need to rush or push ourselves into any idea of a position, just really following what's needed for you right now. And then if you'd like, you might shake out your hands and feet, just letting go of anything extra, any extra energy, extra tension that's not needed for you. And you might rub your hands together and bring the hands to the low back, to the area of the pelvis, just noticing how this feels in your body right now, checking in with the shape, the size of these bones, of all the soft tissues around the bones. Just taking some time to tend to ourselves. Maybe running the hands up and down the spine, noticing the length of the spine. Then you might shake out your hands and feet again, maybe rubbing the hands together, and then bringing the hands over the eyes. Noticing how this whole area of the face feels, and letting go of any extra tension around the eyes, behind the eyes, in the whole area of the jaw. And then from here, following your own timing, your own rhythm, going from the head down to the feet with touch, with movement, with awareness. So you might explore pulling on the ears a bit, opening and closing the jaw a few times, giving yourself a scalp massage. Noticing the breath here as we move a bit. Checking in with the neck, with the throat, the chest and shoulders. Exploring the movements of the arms. Feeling each finger. Feeling the ribs, the chest and belly, the sides of the body. Checking in with the back. Feeling the hips and pelvis. And bringing the attention down to the legs, maybe shaking out the thighs. Feeling the calves and ankles. Moving the feet around, checking in with the toes. And then doing something to warm up the hips. Maybe doing some small circles with the legs or wiggling the hips out. And then slowly, as you're ready, beginning to come into a position where we can welcome in more stillness. So you might sit on a pillow, maybe lie down, get cozy and comfortable, pillows and blankets, sit on a chair. And once you found your way, checking in with the pelvis, so you might rock the pelvis forward and back. Checking in with the shoulders, with the head and neck and spine. And just finding that sweet spot where there's the least amount of effort, where your head can just be balanced over your shoulders, over your ribs, over your pelvis. Letting the head feel light. Relaxing the shoulders. Releasing the jaw. And softening the belly and the pelvic floor. We might close our eyes here, bringing the attention inwards. Feeling the breath come in and out. Allowing the breath to be long and slow. And letting go of any extra effort. So no need to push or pull the breath. Just noticing how the breath moves on its own, trusting the breath, trusting the body, trusting the support of the ground. Allowing the breath to completely fill us up. And then letting go. Completely empty. Letting ourselves be held by this moment of stillness. This short time with nothing to do, nowhere to go. Noticing the expansion in the chest, in the spine. allowing the chest and belly to completely fill, and then letting go, relaxing the pelvic floor. And noticing thoughts as they come and go, and just letting them roll by like waves on the ocean. And bringing the attention back to the breath, back to the sensations of the body right now. Finding length in the spine, softness around the eyes and jaw. Letting the shoulders relax down. And letting the legs be heavy. And seeing if we can really enjoy this moment, pause, the sensuality of breathing, the sensuality of being embodied. We might look for something that feels really good right now in the body. Letting that feeling grow, melt, and expand. We might explore with the idea of trust, feeling where in the body we feel trust, any sensations, places that we feel a sense of trust. Maybe in our connection with the ground, in the spaciousness of breath moving. Allowing the mind to slow down, tending to our nervous systems, and coming right back to what we feel in the body. Allowing our bodies to be filled with a sense of energy and relaxation. the shoulders be wide, enough space, finding length in the spine. Really connecting with the ground beneath us. Noticing the sound of the breath moving in and out. And following these next 3 breaths, seeing if we can really enjoy simple, effortless nature of being breathed. Knowing that in a moment we'll welcome in more movement, really relishing in these last yummy moments of stillness. And then checking in with yourself, following any tiny movements that are really wanting to happen. Maybe shifting the pelvis forward and back, side to side, or exploring tiny circles. Maybe exploring gravity with the head, letting the head fall forward. And we might try moving the spine around. Just really noticing what's needed for you right now and saying yes to it. So exploring this idea of trust and really practicing trusting ourselves, trusting that the body knows, trusting that we can listen. We might bring a hand to the chest, a hand to the belly, closing the eyes, just bringing the attention inward, noticing what is needed for you right now, what is being asked for. We might allow the head to fall backwards just a bit. Relaxing the jaw, letting the mouth hang open. Just exploring this small movement a few times. Trusting that the jaw can relax, that we're safe right here, right now. That it's okay to let go in the head and neck. Just letting the movement be really small and slow. So no need to push, no need to stretch. Just exploring these tiny movements in the head, in the neck, in the jaw. Trusting that the head can fall and follow gravity and come back up again. Trusting that we'll be held by breath. That we don't need to control the breath. And then pausing that movement. Taking a moment again to check in with yourself, noticing if there are any tiny adjustments you might make to allow the breath to travel through you with more ease. And we might explore expanding the arms out to the side. Feeling the width of the arms. And then maybe bringing the hands back in towards the chest. Maybe putting both hands on the chest. Just exploring this movement a few times. Moving really slowly, pausing if there are any moments where it feels challenging or like you're pushing yourself. No need to push, just exploring, trusting that it's okay to open the chest, the arms, taking up space. Trusting that your body knows how to move, how it wants to move, and trusting the breath. Really following your own rhythm. Letting the breath lead the way. Maybe exploring the movement of fingers. And then taking a pause once more, closing the eyes, noticing the breath. And then if it interests you, we might explore once more, finding our way to standing, being really gentle with ourselves, really following our own rhythm, and noticing if you'd rather sit or maybe you'd rather lie down, and really listening, tending to yourself. So wherever you are, taking a moment to pause here, Bringing one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly, maybe closing the eyes. And then slowly, if it interests you, you might explore taking one foot off the ground. If you're sitting, you might take one foot off the ground from sitting. If you're lying down, you might lift one foot off the ground or one leg up. And putting the foot back on the ground. So slowly going back and forth, just exploring, shifting our balance, shifting our connection with gravity, and shifting the connection with the ground. So really feeling the feet on the ground. Again, allowing breath to lead the way. And you might explore here with your eyes closed. So just trusting that you can follow the sensations in your body. Trusting the ground, trusting the breath. So you might explore with balance, you might explore with the sensations in the pelvis, shifting the weight of your body. Noticing the sensations in the feet. Seeing if we can really spread our toes out, really allowing the whole foot to kiss the ground, to connect to the ground. And maybe pushing off the ground just the tiniest bit, seeing if you might find some buoyancy here, allowing the pressure moving downwards to lift us up, just the tiniest bit. And then pausing here, closing the eyes, noticing the breath, noticing any tiny changes in the body. And then if you like, you might explore this movement in a different position. So if you're standing, maybe you try sitting or lying down. Maybe you try lying on your side. Closing your eyes, going inward, really exploring what is needed for you right now. What would feel the most like caring for yourself, tending to your own needs. So again, taking a moment, maybe bringing one hand to the chest, one hand to the belly, just feeling the breath. Going inward, trusting yourself, and then following as you're ready, lifting one foot, just the tiniest bit. Noticing the breath, noticing the connection with the ground. Allowing ourselves to be fully supported, held by the ground. And then continuing this exploration, seeing if we can use the least amount of effort possible. So how can we allow the foot to be lifted? Just the tiniest bit. Finding some buoyancy. Feeling the weight of the pelvis, of the legs, of the feet. And noticing if there's efforting in the breath. It feels like we're pushing or pulling the breath, allowing this movement to be smaller, to be slower, and letting go of any effort in the breath. Allowing ourselves to be breathed, allowing ourselves to be moved. Any softness in the belly, in the jaw. And just following this movement a few more times in your own rhythm. And then whenever you're ready, take a moment to pause. Feeling the breath, noticing any tiny changes in the body. Noticing if there are any movements naturally wanting to happen for you, and seeing if you can allow that, following freedom of movement in your own body. But then slowly, as you're ready, we can come back together. Sitting, if that feels right for you. Closing the eyes. Maybe bringing a hand to the chest, to the belly. Noticing the breath. Relaxing the jaw. Softening the belly.